doing up there, crazy? I am about to put on a wetsuit and have my first experience with the Oragami paddler. See how it goes. It's 80 something degrees, but also the water's in its 50s, so wetsuit necessary. Okay, water's also really high. Like, whoa. I'll see you on the water. Battery's getting low. We're gonna have to switch it out real soon. So you can see I was very wobbly. I don't even know if we'll be able to use that footage because it's so seasick. And that's because I forgot to put down the rudders. But I guess we'll also see how much good the rudders do once I'm using them. So, Oragami paddler first impression, pros and cons. Pros. Get to find stuff like this in a river that's full of industry. Interesting. Pros is just getting out on the river without as much fuss. Cons. Every time I moved, my chair rotated. Now, I don't have the original chair because that chair is zero support. It is completely unrigid. And therefore, when you lean back on it, it just collapses. It curls, it rolls into me. It's not comfortable at all. But I think that it would have done the same thing where if I rotated myself or tried to turn, I end up with the difficulty of, see how it's crooked. I had to pull over at a sandbar because I couldn't unrotate it, you know? And I think that's going to be an off and on thing. Now, is my mobility limited by a wetsuit right now? Yeah, sure. You know, does that make it a little harder? Okay, sure. Yeah. But that's having no anchor points whatsoever for the chair to hold it still is not helpful. It is really heavy. 45 pounds is light for a boat, I suppose, but I used my hand truck to get it down the hill. And I'm really glad that I had that, because it is big, cumbersome, and heavy, even with the shoulder strap. Yeah, so that little trick somebody posted about using the hand truck. You know, those folding ones that, like, there's a handle and there's wheels and then there's a little tongue. And I put it actually so it was all sticking vertically when I put it in there. So the paddle that comes with it is incredibly short, and I wish I had brought not that paddle. I wish I had brought the other paddle. The storage is like okay, but you can't reach around because, again, once your chair moves at all, you have to pull over and fix it because you have to be off the chair to fix it. And I don't want to fall into deep water when the deep water is 52 degrees. Even with a wetsuit, which is only half on right now. I don't want to fall in. I don't want to risk that. I've been hit in the chest with incredibly cold spring water before. Don't want that. Yeah. So those are my first impressions. I might go ahead and get a new battery, and then, because I got one in my dry bag there, and see if I can continue here, see if I can try it with the rudders. I think that's what those are called. Little fins that fold down into the water to keep you from rotating as much. And I do apologize if that footage is marginally viewable, because woof, I didn't have much control over the fact that I was rotating every time I put the paddle in the water. And we'll see if that changes. So yeah, that's a Pittsburgh seagull. We have those now. One pair showed up about 10 years ago, and now we have a population that probably won't last much longer because they're starting to get genetically unsustainable. I don't think their eggs are still hatching as much. So yep, I gotta get myself out of this little brambly brush. There is an industry up there, so that's what all that rackety noise is. I just realized that there's a launch over there. That will be maybe something to try someday. I think it's way more out of the way though, so I don't know if it's worth it. I'm not brave enough to go out into big open water right now. I want to be at least relatively close to the shore, since this is a new boat and the water is heckin' cold and there's nobody here to save me. So, you know, I would at least be able to get most of myself up on the boat and kick real hard, I guess. Of tootsels off wheezies in this water, because that's the exposed part. Should have brought my neoprene booties too, but didn't. All right, so I hope you're having a really good day. And I think we'll continue with a little bit more boat footage once I get the new battery in it, if it works. But if not, we'll roll a clip at the end, I guess. Take care. Okay, so the rudders don't really stay down, but they stay down enough to stabilize it pretty good. I'm in shallow water and they push up pretty easily. As soon as I sat down, my chair was rotated, so I dealt with that the whole time. And you may have noticed I pulled up to what I think might have been a little patch of lovely little, I think, flag iris. And this section's getting overrun by these dang things again. The knotweed is thousands and thousands of acres to deal with. And I've seen so many native species succumb to this, and the hyperlocal populations of them just die. So I want to get this yellowed one, because this is like a natural variegated flag iris. I just want to get one little bit off of it and get it planted at home if it will let me. And then I may also get some of this, what I think is silk willow. I might just get a little bit of that too. There we go. That's really all it takes. And then, oh, this is the same thing I pulled out at my uncle's here. I don't know what it is, but I got some from my uncle's house at the house, and I don't know what it is. So I'll be very curious if anyone does know. And do we want to just get a rooted one of these? I think we do. Well, it's a dead branch. Yeah. As long as I'm careful for glass. And don't mind the poison ivy that's around it, we're good. So, okay, the cup holder isn't much good for any reasonable water bottle, but it's perfect for keeping small roots soaked. So that's another plus side to the origami paddler that I have here. As soon as I'm in the boat, this cup holder section here is full of water. So that's good. And I am very confident that I'll be able to provide for these at home and keep them quite alive. So, really sore from sitting this way. No idea how far I got, but to the spot where the electrical wires go over is a reasonable place for me to try and look up once I'm home. I'm gonna see if I can adjust these fins lower again. I highly doubt it, because I can't move around once I'm in the boat without ruining my whole trip because of the way the chair is. But I am gonna try and adjust this so it's pointed a little higher, because I have a feeling you've been looking out over the water and maybe you'd like a different angle for the way home. So let's do that, and I'll put you back on fast and we'll finish up when I'm back. Whether you get to see the whole way back or not is a different story, but yay. Yay, boat. It is quite the pleasant day. I do have my, oh, you probably saw me on the last one flipping the zipper pull up over my shoulder and putting this on the rest of the way, because it's kind of chilly. All right, well, I'll see you soon, and off I go again. And now I'm back home with the daffodils. Sunset's basically over. How about that conical building towards the end? That's kind of my favorite thing. I had to cut it and just kind of deal with unloading because there was a family with little kids there, and I didn't want to other people's kids being on film is not my business, basically. So now it's time to plant some plants at dusk that I pulled out of the river. So I'm busy. Hope you're having a really good day. I'll talk to you soon. And now that we're back on the cliff, I can say thanks so much for visiting the cliffside. The plants were permaculture. You're cliffhangers. And I'm cliffside. Take care. Bye. I have to turn it off with the foam thing on. There we go.